Okay, so activity time. In the teaching video, the things that came up, the conversation was about choice. It was about opening yourself to curiosity. It was about opening and holding something with a soft and open hand. It was about allowing an inner wisdom to come forward, allowing ourselves to be carried by something other than our tight and stringent mindset. So this activity is intended to support that teaching. This activity is not something that needs to only be done once. It's not something that needs to only be done when in the West direction. As you hopefully have gotten a feel for over the course of the months, or however long you have been in this, or wherever you're starting, is that, again, micro to macro. We are in this parallel holographic experience always, where we are traveling the medicine wheel during the course of the year, but we're traveling it during the course of the day. We're traveling it during the entire course of an experience, of a relationship with something. This is a constant cyclical existence. You know, the sun rises in the east direction, springtime, you know, air element energy, and then it sets in the west. So the same way that we run through a medicine wheel cycle during a whole year, and we spend 3 months in the west direction, we also run through the medicine wheel cycle in a day. So when the sun is setting in the west, again, for us here in the northern hemisphere, in the west, when it's setting in that way, it speaks to the paring down. It speaks to, okay, the day is coming to a close. It's time to end some things. It's time to let go of what happened today and start over tomorrow. You know, that's why things like saying, just sleep on it. Give it 24 hours, you know, because lots of things settle in that space. You know, things that are dense settle to the bottom of the water. So here we go. Here's our activity for October. It's kind of a 2-part activity. First thing, to engage with the water element, we for sure are going to take a bath. If you are not a bath person, that is fine. That is totally fine. I know people are like, I don't want to sit in my own filth, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I got you. So here's what these are 2 things I'm going to ask you to do when it comes to water and when it comes to bathing. You can either, depending upon what type of water you have access to, you can either take a bath, you can go to a river or a lake, you can go to the ocean, you can go even into your pool for all I care. Preferably a natural water, a natural experience would be better. But ultimately, the intention and the energetics with which you do everything is what matters the most. So if you have a pool and that's where you feel comfortable, totally fine. Go into that water. And when you go into that water, I want you to take 2 stones. I want you to look for stones, first of all. Maybe you have particular crystals that you work with that you want to use. Maybe you don't have any of those, so you just want to pick up rocks, you know, that are on the ground. However you find your stones, I want you to take 2 stones. I would like them to be varied in color, one darker, one lighter. And I want you to take those stones into whatever body of water you are going to be taking it in, your bath, your pool, the ocean, the river, the lake, whatever it is, stream. But you need yourself to be getting into that water. And stones are here, you know, in between your hands. Hold them to your chest, play with them individually, play with them together. Sit in the water with your stones and think about what it is that feels like it's trying to leave you. Feels like it wants to leave you. Feels like it doesn't want to leave you, but you want to leave it. Open yourself up to the contrast that is staying or going. In whatever capacity in your life. It could be a job dynamic, a family dynamic, a food sort of diet dynamic. It could be a belief system about yourself. It could be a relationship, a partnership, romantic, a friendship. I mean, there are a million different things. But think about what it is and think about whatever rises to the surface first. Even if it doesn't make any sense, even if you think that it's ridiculous or superficial or not good enough or not big enough or not spiritual enough, whatever it is that rises to the surface, again, whatever it is that's staying afloat, staying buoyant, Whatever it is that rises to the surface first when I ask you that question, that's what I need you to go with, okay? Do not judge yourself. Do not question yourself. When I ask you about releasing and when I ask you about what wants to stay and what wants to go and something you're ready to be done with, whatever it is that comes to the surface first is what I want you to go with. So you're in your body of water. You've got your 2 stones in your hand and you are in relationship. You are in process with that thing. Be with that thing. Think about it. Allow all the fears and worries to come up, all the dialogue, all the like monkey mind and different threads of thought that are coming forward. Allow all of it to come up, literally all of it. Take as much time as you need. Take as much space as you need. Let it all come up. Be available for the emotions. Be available for the resistance to the emotions. Just be available. Okay? Holding these stones, holding these stones, holding these stones. And as you're thinking about it, start to plant some initial energetic seeds into the lighter stone. I want you to hold the lighter stone in your left hand. In your left hand. Left is about receiving, like the left side of our body from the beliefs that I carry and what I was taught and told. The left side of our body is about receiving. The right side is about, giving or sort of like, receiving like outward. So in your left hand, think about what it is you'd like to receive around this situation. If it's a new belief system that you're trying to cultivate, think about what you would prefer the truth to be. Think about what it is you really want to bring forward. Think about what it is that you would really like to know unequivocally in an embodied way that you have struggled with. This is what I want to receive around this. I want to receive more money. I want to receive more peace. I want to receive more conviction around my yeses and around my nos. Whatever it is, start to plant some of those energetic seeds into your left hand with your lighter stone. When you feel complete with that, you are then going to take your darker stone in your right hand and start to put into there the things that you don't like about the situation, the things that you struggle with, the fears, the worries, the hang-ups, the stuckness. Put all of that into your right hand with the darker stone. When you feel complete with that, make sure you've got both of them and you kind of energetically and visually can kind of see the separation happening. Okay? Perfect, perfect, perfect. When you are done with your bath, when you are done with your dip in the pool or in the lake or the river or whatever, the next thing I want you to do doesn't have to be right away. Because what we're going to do with those stones next is we're going to go on a hike. We're going to go on a walk. We're going to go on a little journey out into the land. And ultimately, we're going to leave that darker stone that has all of our worries, all of our fears, all of our concerns, our hang-ups. We're going to leave that out there in the land. As I said to you, one of the amazing pieces of the earth element, the north direction that will be coming, shortly in the wintertime here, is that it helps us ground into our truth. And Mother Earth is grounding. So when we take our stone full of fears and worries and concerns and bring it out to her and bury it in her body, she will take it from us. And then we are just open to receive all the things that we were calling in, okay? So we've got our 2 stones. They are energetically implanted with the things that we would like to receive and hold on to and the pieces that we'd like to let go of and release in this west direction energy. As you are walking and as you are hiking, I want you to either have those stones in your respective hands, have them in either pocket, in some capacity in that way, and continue to be in ceremony, continue to be in relationship with these different rocks and these different experiences, these different aspects of your experience, because there may be more. Once we start to open ourselves up to this and get curious about what wants to stay and what wants to go, other things will continue to bubble to the surface. That's the way that energy works, is we start to focus our attention on something and more feedback from the universe will show up. So we'll get certain examples of, oh man, I'm trying to let go of this particular belief system, and there are 3 other ways that I just saw over the past couple of days where I behave in the same way. I want to release those as well. Whatever it is that comes. But go on your walk, go on your hike with your 2 stones, one on the left, one on the right, continuing to be in process and in ceremony with this experience, with these things that you're wanting to release. And when you get to wherever you are going, maybe it's the top of the mountain, maybe it's a certain grove, maybe it's just a spot where you're like, hey, I like that tree right there. I'm gonna leave my stone right there. Go ahead and leave it. Dig a little hole in the ground. Bury your stone. Take a moment. For me, I like to do a little bit of Reiki symbols and I blow it onto the stone to, activate and release it. I like to say a little prayer. I say thank you to the planet, thank you to the earth for taking these worries, for taking these fears from me. I say thank you to the illuminated darkness, to the possibility of what's to come through this ritual, this ceremony, and this process. Take a moment and be intentional with your experience. Be intentional with yourself amidst this experience. Always, always continuing to honor how your body responds, what's coming up for you, different thoughts you have. All of this is intended, as always, as with everything in the medicine wheel journey, all of this is intended to bring you closer and into deeper relationship, more intimacy with yourself, with yourself as an extension of the planet, yourself as an extension of the cosmos. Because when we are in deep relationship in that way, we are nourished from all directions, not just from the food that we eat and not just from the love of the people in our lives. We are nourished from all directions. We are nourished from the ritual. We are nourished from the burial. We are nourished from our planet. We are nourished from our energetic existence as part of a whole humanity. So to recap, 2 stones, 1 light, 1 dark. Take a bath, go to the river, go to the lake. Left hand, light stone. What do I want to receive or hold on to or really bring forward in this experience? Right hand, darker stone. What do I want to let go of? What am I ready to release and be done with around this experience? And then when you have the space and time, go for a hike, go for a walk. Spend intentional time with yourself and with this journey. And then bury your dark stone with all your fears and worries in the earth so that she can take it from you and recycle those energetics into something new. As always, journal, write, take voice memos. Continue to document your experience during this medicine wheel walk. And if you need anything, let me know. I'm right here. I got you, and I love you.